I've been wondering about making a video about bipolar for a while. Pretty much all my other videos are fishing or about food growing. I'm just on my way home from the local mental health hospital from a psychotherapy appointment. It's the last one for about a month. I've been having a few fortnightly. I have a diagnosis of bipolar 1. The psychologist has also said that I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder 2. What to say? I guess the one thing I would say is I'm in recovery. I'm a bit worn down. I've got a cold sore. I've been weary that I'm possibly going on an episode. I don't know. It's a bit weird looking at my phone and talking crap. But bipolar recovery is possible. This is the most level I've been for several years now. I've been level for a while. One thing which has been suggested to me is, I don't know whether I'm supposed to show this or not, but whether you can even see it, the Recovery College. That's a prospectus for it. One of the things that's been suggested is some of the courses would be quite good for me. I've always, for a long while, lived a spiritual life, and I've been told that the courses would be good, but also it's run by people in recovery too, and that maybe I could help on that side of things. But yeah, bipolar 1. Where to start? A lot of the time I used to live in hypomania. I still get that. I've had full mania a few times. I've not been hospitalised. I was only diagnosed officially in February of 2016. I've been under mental health services since then, all bar about 2 months last year where I was discharged and I went back to my GP to get put back in the system because I had about 9 weeks of a really vicious, nasty mixed episode. Where with that mixed episode, I expected it to go on a couple of weeks, but it went on for about 9 weeks. I was still functioning just about, going to work and so on. Yeah, so bipolar recovery is possible. Takes a lot of work. It's taken me a lot of work. Still a lot to do. I'm not saying that I'll never get unwell again, because I will. I know I will. I've had situations come up recently, various things that could tip the balance, stress over money, work. I run my own business. I'm a builder. But recovery is possible. I guess one of the things I'd like to say is to anyone out there who think they may have bipolar and are scared shitless, because it really is scary and it can be a scary diagnosis. It's quite the opposite for me. When I was diagnosed, I actually laughed because I'd been told about 3 years previously that by a GP, when I'd gone to see them about mental health issues, that I might possibly have cyclothymia, but definitely not bipolar. So for those 3 years I'd struggled, and bipolar scared the, I'll be blunt, scared the fuck out of me. I was shit scared of the cyclothymia that I was told I had could progress into bipolar, because obviously me being me, and like a lot of people with bipolar, I devour things. Anything I'm interested in, I devour. So I got a diagnosis of bipolar 1. That was within 10 minutes, possibly 5 minutes of being in there with a psychiatrist. Sorry, my memory's not always great. Yeah, a lot of people say it takes months and months and months to get a diagnosis. I was diagnosed on my first appointment, certainly within the first 10 minutes. I wouldn't stop talking, basically. I just ran on and on and on. I'd seen the psychiatric nurse first, then went to see about 3 weeks, month later, went to see a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist basically tried interrupting me and said bipolar disorder, bipolar 1. And I just talked over her, telling her laughingly about all the countless things I'd tried to do, like I was going to sell the house to go and climb Mount Everest, all the crazy shit, all the really crazy shit. I've never climbed a mountain before, but you know, I was going to start with Everest. The amount of times I was going to just go off and look at £4 million mansions to buy, not that I've got the money. I was looking at selling the house once and doing something with the money, and in the meantime I was looking at buying an Audi R8, brand new, you know, 80, 90, £100,000 car. Just crazy things. And it was about 25 minutes in, I actually took a breather for a brief second and said to the psychiatrist, oh, so you think maybe bipolar? And she looked at me, she said, bipolar 1. And she said, yes. So bipolar diagnosis can be bloody scary, but it's not scary if you look at it like this. If you are diagnosed with bipolar 1 or 2, it can be scary. But you're the same person you were before you walked in there. You won't have anything more go on in your life than what you have had going on already. It can be scary, for sure. But having a diagnosis means, you know, you can get treatment. I was anti-meds. I am on lamotrigine, a really ridiculously low dose, 100 milligrams. I saw a psychiatrist back there a couple of months ago now with my CPN, and the CPN thought they were going to say, right, go up from 100 to 200 milligrams, that's everybody's maintenance dose. But having spoke with me, luckily for me, the psychiatrist was very open to meditation and things, something which I've practiced for years and years, and he's actually suggested lowering the dose to 75 milligrams a day, once a day. So that's what I'm going to be doing soon, but I do try to meditate a lot and be as spiritual as I can. But yeah, the diagnosis is scary, but follow things up. If you're really not feeling great and you think you might have bipolar, go and talk to your GP. If you think that a lot of the things that are going on in your head are scary and they will lock you up, they won't. They really won't. When I went to see the GP in January of 2015, again, talking to him, within 2-3 minutes he excused himself and had to go make a phone call, and I got sent off for an emergency psychiatric assessment because I tried to kill myself. It's not the first time, and it certainly wasn't the last time. The last time was in September last year, but that's a whole different thing. So you will get seen if it is serious. If you're not in such a bad state as I was, you might have to wait a month or two. I got seen about 8 or 10 days later. It should have been within 5, but obviously weekends and things. It can be fucking scary. It can be scary. Thinking the things that you think. I mean, some of the things, I'll be open. I'm always open. Some of the things I've thought my wife's been poisoning me. I've even told her that she's putting poison in my food. Last year I thought she was in league with the mental health team, and they basically were all going to get me sectioned and lock me up forever, and I'd never escape. When I was talking to the GP, when he was doing the referral, for some reason he walked in with a syringe. It was nothing to do with me, but I was paranoid that one of two things were going to happen, that he wanted to do a blood test, which I don't like. Well, I didn't think I liked needles, but it doesn't bother me anymore. Or he was going to stick the needle in me and I'd be sent off to the loony bin. Mental health is a serious issue. I've got fuck all idea of what I've been saying. This is just me talking on my way back, so much is going on. I'm hating looking at myself in here in this phone, but I want to help people. I do blog as well. What I will do is I will pop a link to my blog down underneath here, maybe in the comments, or if I remember, in the description, but it will be there somewhere. This, I always think this sounds egotistical, but I've got just under 3,000 subscribers to my blog, so fingers crossed my blog has actually helped some people. I'm going to sign off now. I've got to go off and pick my children up from their grandmas now. But I just want people to know bipolar recovery really is possible. It is possible to be level. But you do have to be brutally honest and bloody open to who you're talking to, right from the CPN, right from the GP, through to the psychiatrist, through to any therapies that you're offered. I'm lucky that I'm in Norfolk in England, and we have a pretty bloody good mental health care team here. I've heard other stories from other people all over the country, even in this area, saying it's not great. I think I've had such good treatment because I'm brutally honest, and apparently I'm very good at describing the things that we or us or I go through. All of those scary, horrible things, you know, the suicidal ideation, the paranoia, the seeing things, the seeing people, the seeing cats, to hearing things, hearing people talk to me. This isn't all the time. To hearing my name called out, to whispers, to various things. They're all scary. But the better the excuse me, the better understanding you have of this stuff, the better you can describe it to them, the more help you can get. And I've never been sectioned, and it scared the hell out of me that I might be sectioned. But I do know now that mostly it's home treatment. I have been told I'll probably never get so unwell again because of my coping mechanisms I've had all my life. I haven't always been healthy, but now I've got some healthier ones too. But if I needed to go into hospital, at that moment I probably would be shit scared. But right now, if I needed that, then I really would need that, and that would be the best thing for me. I've heard how fucking horrific they can be, and nobody wants to be in that position from countless points of view, from the fact that it's shit to be in there maybe, but also the shit state that you're in to need to go in there. Anyway, I've rambled on for almost 13 minutes and I thought I'd talk for 3. So I'm going to leave this here. I would appreciate any comments any of you have got, anyone who actually watches this. I'm not sure anyone will. And just, God knows, I'll probably make some more. Maybe I'll watch this myself and realise how much I've missed out. Maybe make some notes and sit down and actually do something else. But from my perspective of bipolar, someone with bipolar 1 and with complex PTSD, help is there. Help really is there. You don't have to get to break point. You don't have to. Death isn't necessarily the answer. Not for most of us. I have got a friend who killed himself through some mental health issues, and I really wish I had have known how bad he was and been more in touch. I've got other friends who have been bloody close too, seriously close. But yeah, anyway, enough for now.